So the car standing behind me is significant for three main reasons. Number one, it's Bentley's first attempt at an SUV in its almost 100-year existence. Number two, it's the most powerful luxury diesel SUV in the world. And number three, it's also the most expensive. Let's start with its physical appearance and get the most contentious issue out of the way first. Viewed from a distance, the Bentayga is not a thing of beauty, but rather an imposing character, not far removed from the Bentley family. The Continental GT DNA is clearly visible, but it's almost as if too many of the car's design cues have been carried over to a different body configuration. So the question you need to ask yourself is, has this worked? Well, I suppose it's a Bentley after all, and they seem to make up their own rules. When you start looking a little closer at the Bentley Bentayga, you understand exactly what sets this SUV apart from anything else that's on the market. Take these headlights for example. You'll often hear automakers talk about headlights looking like a jewel, and this one definitely does look like a precision cut gem. There are also a few unique details to set the diesel Bentayga apart from its W12 sibling. Number one is the piano black grille. Completely blacked out package around the doors, down the side sills, and around the rear you'll see these uniquely shaped exhausts specific to the diesel. The exterior of the Bentley merely hints at the sophistication that lies underneath. Take these wings for example. They're shaped using a technique called superforming, which is very popular in aircraft manufacture. Underneath the bonnet we have the heart of the beast, a 4-litre 32-valve V8. This engine runs a twin-scroll setup supported by a 48-volt compressor that keeps the turbo spooled up under low engine speeds to totally eliminate turbo lag. 900 Newton meters of torque available from as little as 1000 RPM and 320 kilowatts. This Bentley could probably tow a modestly sized cottage. It takes care of the 0 to 100 sprint in 4.8 seconds, just 0.7 seconds slower than the W12. However, going fast in a straight line is not enough in any car, let alone a Bentley. At almost 1.7 meters tall and just on 3 tons, this Bentley has a lot of weight to move around, but they've made sure of this being totally under control. Up front you've got a 400mm rotor, and on the W12 version you've got a 440mm ceramic option, making that the largest front rotors fitted on a production vehicle. On road, what does it feel like? Well, first and off the bat, this V8 engine is absolutely sublime. Now I know you're thinking diesel V8, right? It's got an agricultural sound, but it's buttery smooth. Fuel consumption on the car, you're looking at 8 liters per 100 kilometers, and with an 85-liter tank and a range of about 1,000 kilometers, which is more than enough than you're ever going to need on any long trip. Driving capabilities, it's absolutely at home in pretty much any condition and handles its weight really well. When you're chucking it about the corners, it feels sure-footed, it feels planted, it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's exactly what a Bentley is. And it's not just got good road manners, but it's got off-road capability. How do you access this off-road capability? There's a button on the bottom, a toggle, which allows you to switch between different modes. So you can go from driving mode to Bentley mode, which is the best of all worlds, and then off-road mode, which gives you great capabilities and confidence. Raises up the suspension and makes sure that you can get over pretty much anything. There really is a lot to take in inside the Bentayga, from the immaculate diamond-quilted seats that are infinitely adjustable to the famous organ-stop vent controls that are perfectly weighted and oily smooth in their operation. Every element of the Bentayga's cabin combines to create a feeling of well-being. The switchgear inside the Bentley is all uniquely inspired from aircraft descent. What I mean by that is some of the earlier Bentleys actually had Spitfire starter buttons in them and have now obviously changed to the new textile setup. But the detail goes even further. All the illuminated LED buttons have a little glass top finish over them to make sure that the light is properly displayed. Although some of the Bentayga's hardware has been borrowed from its parent company's parts bin, it's all very much made in England. And that brings us back to one of our headline facts. The Bentley Bentayga diesel might be a little cheaper than the W12 relative, but is by no means cheap at 2.9 million rand. And let's just be clear, that is the standard price, no extras. If you want any of the little bits and pieces that come with it, like the heated steering wheel, the brightening clock, or even the 1950 watt sound system, that's all going to add to the checkout price. Then there's Bentley's in-house masters of personalization, Mulliner, for who the limit literally is the sky. The notion of value for money when it comes to this Bentley is a topic not even worth discussing, when the owners of these cars have probably got a small plane or a yacht. But what does this all mean? Well, the overall performance package of this car is absolutely amazing, not just on-road, but off-road as well. For me, owning the most powerful luxury diesel SUV in the world is good enough.